warm welcome in the class of Mathematics 3. Under the module Algebraic Structure, today our topic is Permutation Group and Symmetry Group. Myself Rupak Bhattacharya, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, JIS College of Engineering. For today's topic, we have some little prerequisites, and they are: first, we have the idea of binary operations. It is obvious because we have already gone through so many classes on group theory. And then we need the idea of one-one mapping. What does it mean and why and where it is going to be used? And then we obviously need, because it is under the variation of groups, so we need to know the basic idea and the properties of group. So let us proceed further. We are considering the set, suppose one, two, three, and then we are thinking about how many permutations can be there, that is one-one mapping. So look at this: 1, 2, 3, 1 can go to 2, 2 can go to 1, 3 can go to 3. But it is not at all the proper way to represent all possible permutations, because you can miss something. So instead of this representation, we have another representation, that if 1 goes to 2, it will write it here, 2 goes to 1, you can write it here, and 3 goes to 3, you can write it here. So in this manner, if you want to write all possible things, you just can write it over here. So 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3 is another option. 1 goes to 2 is already taken. Now I am keeping 1 goes to 2 as it was, but 2 goes to 3 and 3 goes to 1 I can change. And after that I can take 1 goes to 3, 2 goes to 2 and 3 goes to 3, 3 goes to 1 I can take, as well as I can take 1, 2, 3 as 1 goes to 3 and 2 goes to 1 and 3 goes to 2 also. So look at this. Have I missed anything? Have I considered all? So these are the questions coming in our mind for this simple number of or small number of sets. So if it is grown bigger and bigger, we need to use some method, not this manual process. But our target for this class is not to find out the suitable technique to represent it. It is the class where we are going to represent that what are the different manners for which we can represent the process for future purpose. So look at this. These are called permutations for this set 1, 2, 3. So if the set is growing bigger, 1, 2, 3, 4, number of permutations will also grow bigger and bigger. In general, we can write it as A1, A2, AN, F of A1, F of A2, F of AN. This is one permutation. This permutation is nothing but F. In this manner, you can have another permutation G on A1 up to N, and obviously FA1, FA2 in A1 to AN set. The question is, when we call two permutations are equal, Obviously, when this FA1 is equal to GA1, FA2 is equal to GA2 dot 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 FAN is equal to GAN, we can claim that these two permutations are equal. Now we can think for the identity permutation. Identity permutation means you can follow this particular permutation where the elements were going to itself. That means there is no change. It is from the constructional point of view, but it is not the point of view of our group theory, because in group theory we have to take A composition E is equal to A if so, and E composition A is equal to A if so, then only we can state that this E is the identity element. So here if you take 1, 2, 3 and if you want to claim it is identity element, first question will be raised that what is your operator? What is the binary operation you are considering? So you have to define one binary operation. So the operation or composition of permutations are something like that. Look at this. I am firstly going to give you the example. Suppose 1, 2, 3 goes to 3, 2, 1, 3. And another one is 1, 2, 3 goes to 3, 2, 3, 1. The composition rule of permutations tells us that, please concentrate, 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 1, so it will be 1. 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 3, so it will be 3. And 3 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, so it will be 2. So this is the resulting permutation of these two permutations composition. Clear? This is the rule. Now, in general, if you operate F on G where both of them are permutations, actually it will look like A1, A2, AN. So it will be FG of A1, FG of A2 and so on. So you will write it in this direction, but you are operating in this direction. So G will be operated first, then F will appear. That is why we are considering this permutation first. Then the resulting will be taken under this permutation and we will give this. So first of all, it is very much clear that it is closed under this binary operation. Next, it is going to be associative. You can operate and check, but the important thing is for the identity element. We have claimed that identity element is 1, 2, 3 goes to 1, 2, 3. So we have to check at least for our confidence building. At least from one side. I am taking it from the right hand side. So what you are going to get, 1 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, so it will be 2. 2 goes to 2, 2 goes to 1, so it will be 1, and 3 goes to 3, 3 goes to 3, it will be 3. So look at this, though you have operated this permutation along with this one, but the thing remains same. That means you can think for this permutation as the identity permutation. Okay, now here we do have one definition that let X be a non-empty set. A permutation pi of X is 1 1 function from X onto X, what we have already discussed. And there are also some considerations. So what is the same thing of like that? And now we are going for the next part of this definition, that a group G star is called a permutation group on a non-empty set X if elements of G are permutations of X, and operation star is composition of two functions, and composition of two functions in the context of permutation is already clear to you. Now we are under the permutations closure property is done, associativity is done, identity is done, but one is remaining, that is inverse. So we have to find out the process of checking inverse. Means I want to know that if there is one permutation, I want to know the permutation over here so that it will be giving you the identity permutation. Already the existence of identity permutation is established. So how to find it out, or what is the thing, or what is the existential criteria for the inverse element of this one? So think about it, as you need something over here so that it will go to 1 2 3. So if you have 3 goes to something, some number, we don't know, obviously it will be either 1 or 2 or 3, it is guaranteed, but which one? Is it 1 or 2 or 3, such that it will be coming? So what we do, we are writing this is in the reverse order, 2 3 1 1 2 3. After that we are making it in the proper arrangement. So 1 goes to 3, 2 goes to 1, and 3 goes to 2. We are getting this. Now 1 2 3, 2 3 1, 1 2 3, 3 1 2. So if we operate, what we are getting, 1 goes to 3, 3 goes to 1, so it will be 1. 2 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, so it will be 2. And 3 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, it will be 3. And we are getting our identity permutation. That means this is the inverse of this one. And how we have generated this? By this technique. It is not the unique one, but it is a very efficient technique to find out the inverse of the permutation. Clear? Now we have to go for the next technique, that is cyclic representation of permutations. So if you take 1 2 3 and it is 2 3 1, actually you can write it as 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, and 3 goes to 1. So look at this, this is one representation. It tells us that 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, and 3 goes to 1, and it is something like that. Now if you want to check for some other 1 2 3, 2 3, we have taken, it is already 3 2 1, what we are getting, 1 goes to 3, 3 goes to 1, and done, and 2 goes to 2. So you can write it or you can't write it. So you can just keep it as it was, because you know that your mother set is 1 2 3. So this is the cyclic representation of this one. Now we have, suppose, one cyclic representation as this one, 1 3 5, then 2 8. If I want to see this permutation in the explicit form, first of all we have to make it clear that the mother set is from where to where. It is 1 to 8, suppose. So you can write this 1 3 5 as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 goes to 3, 3 goes to 5, 5 goes to 1, 2 goes to 8, 8 goes to 2. That means the remainings are as it was. So this is the generation of the permutation from these particular cycles. And this is one important observation from this one. Here they are disjoint cycles, means there are no common element. Now we have already discussed the operation of permutations, but if we want to know the operations on cycles, what will be the case? It will be suppose 1 2 3, and suppose you are taking 5 4 1. So our set is here 1 2 3 4 and 5. So we can write it as 1 2 3 4 5, and here also 1 2 3 4 5. What we get? 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 1, 4 goes to 4, 5 goes to 5, and 5 goes to 4, 4 goes to 1, and 1 goes to 5, 2 goes to 3, 2 goes to 2, and 3 goes to 3. So ultimately, if we operate according to the process, 1 goes to 5, 5 goes to 5, 2 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 3, and 3 goes to 1, 4 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, and 5 goes to 4, 4 goes to 4. So we can write it as 1 goes to 5, 5 goes to 4, 4 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3. This is the product or composition of two cycles. Now I want to make the inverse of the cycles also. So if this is the case for your cycle, the inverse of this one will be n minus 1 dot 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 3 2 1. You can do the calculation and verify this. Now we are going to learn one more term which is called transposition. What is the meaning of transposition? The meaning of transpositions are of two cycles, means that will be in this form, not more than this. What is the benefit of knowing what is transposition? The benefit is that we can make the classification of the permutations of even permutations and odd permutations. And where we are going to do this? Look at this. Even permutation and odd permutations are those where if the permutation can be expressed as the product of even number of transposition, it can be represented as product or composition of even number of transpositions. Then it is called even permutation, otherwise odd. Okay, so if you take 1 2 3 4, if you don't know how to write it in this structure, that means the structure of transpositions, then it is not possible for you to count or the characterize it whether it is even permutation or odd permutation. So before that, I want to share one very concrete information with you, that if this is your cycle and if you want to break it with transpositions, this is the rule. This rule tells us that if you have 1 2 3 4, then transposition breakup will be 1 4 1 3 1 2, means this direction. And how many transpositions you are getting? 3 transpositions, so it is nothing but odd one. Similarly, you can check and test for even permutations also, where you have to convert it into the transpositions. Now someone can think that how we are going to test it. So let us take one small permutation like 1 3 2. What does it mean? It means it is 1 2 3, 1 goes to 3, 3 goes to 2, 2 goes to 1. So this is the original permutation in explicit form, and it tells us that it will be 1 2 1 3. Now what is 1 2? Where the set is 1 2 3. 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 1, 3 remains same. And what is 1 3? 1 goes to 3, 3 goes to 1, and 2 remains same. So if we operate, compose them, what we are getting, 1 goes to 3, 3 goes to 3, so it will be 3. 2 goes to 2 and 2 goes to 1, so it will be 1. 3 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, so it will be 2. So ultimately we are getting 3 1 2 as the outcome, and here also 3 1 2 as the outcome. That means the logic through which we are actually breaking the cycles into transpositions are correct. So already we have discussed that how to generate permutations, how to generate or verify the closure property, associative property, identity property, and inverse, so that it will construct a group. But one general question always comes, that if it is a group, is it going to be a commutative group? So let us have some verification on commutative property of permutations. So suppose I am taking two permutations, 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. First permutation is 1 3 2, and second permutation is suppose 2 3 1. So what we are getting, that 1 2 3, 3 goes to 1, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 2, and 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 1 2 3. That means we are getting it as the identity. So if you do the reverse one, what you will get? Please try to guess. And suppose you are getting it identity, can you claim that for all permutations F and G, F composition G will be G composition F? Can you claim? Answer is no. Because having merely one testing, the conclusion can't be drawn in the positive sense. If it is not satisfying Fg is equal to Gf, you can say that okay, then Fg not equal to Gf, and it is not going to be commutative. So what we are making it, that we have to identify or arbitrarily test two compositions where you will get Fg is not equal to Gf, and you can claim that in general it is not going to be commutative. Okay, so proceeding further, what we are getting is that we are taking Sn, which denote the set of all permutation of In. So what I am talking about, that if you are taking S3, then S3 is nothing but the set containing all permutations of I3. I3 means 1 2 3, and you are taking all possible combinations of them. You can just construct is for S3, and you please construct the composition table for that one also. It will be a very important learning experience for you, that how to visualize the permutations. And finally, we can say that the group Sn composition is called the symmetric group on In, means the permutation group what we have taken, this is going to be a symmetric group on In, means it has to be a finite one, and you will get the result S3 for the value of n equal to 3. Knowingly or unknowingly, we have discussed all the important properties and verifications on S3, or rather the elements on S3 in this class. So now we are going to conclude this class and we are having some assignments on this. Please try to do these assignments with full of your attention so that your idea will be far better, more better. What is now, as of now. So I have taken the references from these two textbooks, very important textbooks. You can follow these two also, as well as you can follow some internet resources of video lectures, what is given in the digital content. So finally, I want to thank you all for your kind time. Happy listening, happy learning.